Welcome to Well Fucked Wife, the podcast. I am Dr. Chelsea Page, licensed sex and relationship therapist, international sex mentor, and expert, helping you become healthy, wealthy, well loved, and well fucked. Hello, lady love bugs. Happy Friday. I hope you had an amazing Friday. Oh, so I've been keeping you in suspense of the deliciousness that I referred to, and I am so excited. What did I even say this morning? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. After date night, totally had an argument, but led to bedroom epicness. So, one of the things I just want to give permission for is, and we know this in our mind, is we don't need to be perfect in life, and especially don't need to be perfect in relationships. And thank goodness, because like literally this is my job profession. I've been doing this for like over 11 years. Like I in and out, working in relationships, outside the bedroom, inside the bedroom, like love, pleasure, all those pieces. And I'm still human, so I'm still gonna do stuff like make an argument with my husband on date night. So, uh, and yet we turned it around really quickly and had delicious, sexy time, which, oh my God, it is juicy. And I'm going to start with that because I'm noticing a pattern. I'm working with my coach and totally noticing a pattern that I definitely delay sharing, like the juicy bits, the like excitement, the pleasure piece. I'm literally like doing it right now. Is I'm delaying saying the thing by prefacing it with a bunch of other things before the actual pleasure. So where are you delaying your pleasure? Good question to ask us. So I'll share all the other bits, but the juicy bit first as I can, is we, after the argument, was able to come together and have sexy time, and pun intended, because we did come together, and in a way that I never have before. And oh my God, it's yum. Which, side note, it is totally fine if you don't come together. Is not the goal of intimacy. It's not the goal of sex. Thank goodness. It's all about the pleasure. And when you come, if if it's the same time, it doesn't fucking matter. So, um, just PSA on that. So, oh my God, the like orgasm situation is, I personally love giving my husband blowjobs. I love it, love it, love it. And I know there's so many women who are like meh about it, neutral about it, or like disgusted, or fucking love it too. And it's just noticing where you at. And allow yourself to like what you like. It's the whole, what is that phrase? Don't yuck someone else's yum. I still feel like I'm doing it. I'm delaying the juicy bits, but I want to preface it with a story. How do you like? I want to like tell the story, but not avoid it. So, anyways, going to bed, and I was like, okay, are you like tired? Because you came to bed kind of early. So I'm like, are you tired, or like, are you open for sexy time? And because sometimes it's like, no, like legit need to go to sleep. And although the one of the most exciting sex times I had is when I was pretty dang tired and I said yes anyways, and it was fucking epic. Probably because I was too tired to not surrender. So I gave him a blowjob, and oh my gosh, so good. So good. And like I've reached this place once before, and it's I guess you would call it like the subspace. So in like dominant submissive scenario situation, there's the submissive, more the surrender, and this is the like dynamics I love, and just even feminine masculine dynamics, etc., is just that, pure surrender and being led, and having your man be in charge and take lead, and just the yummy delicious masculine energy. And so he took charge, and in this time, and he was like touching my like neck while I was happening. And Oh my God. So the place I alluded to before is like the subspace, and this time it was definitely in that again. And the feeling of it, if you've never really been there, it's like very floaty, but it's like so, you're like so deep in the pocket of pleasure and just it's like a Zen place too. It's bonkers. So, anyways, he came and I was like the whole time I was like so turned on by his pleasure. And then when he came, like my whole like full fucking like orgasm like at the same time. And I was not even touching myself. No touching. Like I'm literally just like bent over him in bed, giving him a blowjob. And I was like, it was so delicious. And I'm like, we were both like, what just happened? And the feeling of it, and I was telling my coach this morning, is like, it's like instead, because a lot of us women can be in this place of like people pleasing in bed where we're like focus on their pleasure and or we can like focus on trying to be perfect and try to do the perfect thing or like whatever. So just being perfect. And um, and then another piece is like when we focus on ourselves, it can be really uncomfortable. So I said it in one of the like previous voice memos is one of the things that was has been, hard, even though I've wanted to have more sex with my husband and wanted to have like situations like last night and wanting to have these just deep immersive connection and pleasure with each other. And at the same time, there's still parts of me that that needed to be available for and open to what was required to actually receive the level of sex in our relationship that I wanted. It's kind of like, receiving a shit ton of money. It's like, okay, you want a ton of money, but are you actually ready to have it and receive it and be with it? And like, do you actually have the structures in place? Have you actually done the emotional intelligence work? Have you actually done the capacity work? Have you actually done the leadership work? Have you actually done the power work? Have you act like there's a lot of things that need to be done. So same thing in relationships and with sex. It's like, okay, you want all the sex and you're begging for it and you're wanting it and it's devastating to not have it. And or if you have it, it's not as good as you know it can be. And that's one of the like pain pieces. It's like it can be better and you fucking love your husband and he loves you. You're like in this amazing, secure, loving relationship, and it's like, where's that sex? And it's surrendering. It's like to receive that level of pleasure takes such a level of surrender and being in your body and all those pieces. And so just I can't even remember my whole main point of all that, but it's this place of just knowing that it can be better and allowing you to access better one step at a time and just enjoy the surprises of the like sex journey. That's like something I would never even have predicted or planned. That's the thing about pleasure and is you can't plan it. Like you can plan a structure around it, like it's intentional intimacy time I call it, or like a pocket of pleasure time. Like love the pocket of pleasure time, and like we literally experienced a pocket of pleasure and it's you can't really plan what's gonna happen, like what's gonna come, like what's gonna unfold, and that's the deliciousness of it. Oh, it was so amazing. Yeah, and afterwards we're like, what just happened? And just so good. So went to bed completely blissed out and yeah, so I won't go into all the mega details of it, but yeah, I got in an argument. I had some like little bubbles of resentment that were building up and then it came out in not the best way. And I didn't directly tell my husband what I was wanting and needing, and it was around the dishes. Like how cliche. So definitely not immune to those things doing just as the expert that I am. And just that resentment had built up and then didn't want to have to tell him again. And I don't want to be his mother, but then like I don't then I held on to it and then the resentment built more. And I tried to bring it up to him and he felt criticized and I'm like, well, yeah, kind of, because you didn't clean the fucking pot. So So then he got triggered and he shut down. He didn't really shut down. He just got frustrated, and we were gonna sit down and watch the bear, and he's like, "I can't anymore. I need to go be by myself." And um, so yeah, that was a whole situation, and I'm sure I'll bring some more details on like how to handle those. Is like how did I hold that space? So I have really I have disorganized attachment, but more anxious attachment, and just when those happen, like, partner mad or there's disconnect, that can be the uh-oh of like, uh-oh, like need to fix it and make my husband feel better. Uh-oh, he's frustrated, like have to close the space, or uh-oh, like, well, uh-oh, what do we do? And um and instead held the secure place and continue to stay open and in my body and grounded. And then when he dissipated the energy on his side, and he was able to return back to me, and we had a very sexy evening. So yeah, so that's the sexy life, and knowing that you can have really delicious, juicy connection, even when there's disconnect and arguments that happen in a relationship. We don't have to dissolve all the disconnection arguments, because that would not. I have to tell like my couple clients that my therapy practice, I'm like, if I had a magic wand, I don't even know if I would actually give it to you, but I would be like a billionaire if I could just eliminate, all the disconnection, disagreements. But I mean, we learn from it, and that's part of the growth and the magic of this human journey, is to step deeper into ourself and deeper into truth. And as I like to say, and getting naked, it's getting more and more naked with ourself, and deconditioning and letting our true self, our sexual self, come out and play, our heart to come out and play, our authenticity to come out and play. It's so delicious. And if we can learn to, and the podcast I did this morning, I'll share it with you ladies when it comes out live, is, but one of the things that I shared was, our ability to hold the tension of those moments where we have the choices between saying yes to who we have been versus saying yes to who we want to embody. If we can hold that tension and step into the one that's more uncomfortable because it's new, then our life is always in our hands. Our life is always ours. Our life is always our truth of who we are. Our life is always so deepened in our authenticity and growing and being oh so powerful. So we always have a choice. So what's going to be your choice? What next level sex do you want?
That was delicious. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. I would love to invite you to come a little bit closer to drchelseapage.com, where you will find all the goodies for support, including my private coaching and the Well Fucked Wives Club. I will see you in the next episode.